Zeela's screams echoed, but no one came to her rescue. When the rain subsided, Clara came along to Zeela's house. The main door was opened when she tried the handle, so she went in. Clara froze in the doorway, horrified by the screams coming out of Zeela's bedroom. Stealthily, she went closer and peeped through the keyhole. What she saw made her heart race. She considered intervening, but fear overtook her. What if they turned their evil game on her as well? She turned and ran, tears streaming down her face. She picked 2 huge stones and flung them against the metal gate. She might have drawn their attention because Opata came to the door. She hid behind a fruit seller's stall to see which of the boys would come out of the house. Ben, Jones and Opata, with their shirts across their shoulders and their belts hanging loose, walked leisurely out, laughing and jesting. Clara feared to go back to the house in case Opata came upon her. She went home praying Zeela's parents would come home early to find her. Fortunately, Zeela was able to dial her mother's number, called her name in a guttural voice before she passed out. Margaret yelled into the phone without any response. She hurried home to find her daughter curled up on the floor unconscious. She called emergency services. She also placed a call to Henry. Upon close examination, it was determined that she might have been defiled. When Zeela regained consciousness, the doctor demanded to know what had happened before bringing in the police. The boys had warned Zeela to keep her mouth shut, otherwise they would repeat the game. They called it a game and asked her if she enjoyed playing it. Opata went further in his threat. "Do you see the knives your mother brought for her distasteful meals? I will slice her like she slices tomatoes and onions." So for her mother's safety, Zeela told the doctor some strange men wearing masks attacked her. Margaret's fury knew bounds. She called the police immediately to intervene. They followed Henry to the house to continue with their investigations. They found it strange that the target of the intruders was Zeela. There was no robbery and no break-in. Opata came home just as the police were leaving. His startled expression instantly changed the version of the masked men. His behavior certainly looked suspicious. They questioned him there and then. He denied any involvement in the defilement. He argued he was just coming home from school. "And where is your school bag and your school uniform?" the officer asked. "Where were you until this time?" The bombardment of questions followed each other, and he got more and more confused. His lips twitched, looking for another lie to tell. He was watching a football game at the school park. He insisted he watched the match alone. The police left quickly to follow other clues. Something did not sit well with them and with his own father. Henry kept quiet. He had heard rumors about his son's criminal tendencies, and he had been very watchful over him. He had sworn he would deal drastically with him if he should catch him involved in any untoward behavior. Yet when Margaret demanded Opata and his friend should be called in for questioning, Henry's response was chilling. "You want me to believe my son is capable of that? Are you insane?" Henry scoffed. Margaret gaped at him. Henry accused Margaret of trying to tear the family apart. "I will not betray my son," he yelled at Margaret. Even when she revealed how Opata and his friends had bullied Zeela at school every day, he got incensed the more. This escalated into days of arguments which put a strain on their relationship. Meanwhile, Clara was battling her own conscience. No one knew she had witnessed Zeela's ordeal. Finally, she decided to talk to her uncle, Inspector Kwaku, a much-respected district inspector of police. Clara's father was a soldier. She had also come to live with her uncle and his wife when she got admission into Zion Senior High School. She knew what she had seen, but was too afraid to come forward. She mustered courage one early morning to tell him what she knew about the case. She expected him to take immediate action, but to her shock, he dismissed her story. "Stay out of this," he said sharply. "But uncle, I said drop it." Clara didn't understand his sudden coldness until she overheard a heated phone call. Her uncle was arguing with Zeela's father. He had an unresolved case with Zeela's biological father, a local businessman. Kwame's buses had been impounded for evading taxes. He should have served a prison term, but it seemed he had bribed officers in high places, and the case was thrown out of court. For this grudge, Inspector Kweku deliberately stalled the investigations. After the phone call, his wife reproached him. "This is bigger than your grudge. Don't use this as a way of vengeance. You cannot let the innocent girl suffer for your stupid fight over money issues." Clara realized her uncle had chosen his own interests over justice. She decided to take action. She called an old schoolmate of hers and asked to stay with her for a few days. Going into her uncle's wardrobe, she took 2 bundles of money and left town. The truth explodes in Boys on Rampage Part 3. The most intense yet. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the final chapter.